Hello, everybody, and welcome to Haiku Talk. I'm your host, Ben Ga, your friendly neighborhood haiku poet, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Senryu from the latest issue of Prune Juice from Mark Teaford with the first line of Winter Chill. And it is winter, and happy 2025, everybody. So, you know what time it is? It's time to sit back, relax, grab yourself a tasty beverage, in this case, a nice, warm, tasty beverage, and let's Senryu. Welcome back, everybody, and Happy New Year. For those of you joining this in somewhat real time, it is January of 2025. Hard to believe. And this is the first episode of this new year. So, we're looking at a funny human, very human Senryu today from the latest issue of Prune Juice from Mark Teaford. And the poem goes like this. Winter chill, the warmth of the poop bag. Winter chill, the warmth of the poop bag. Gotta love a good poop Senryu. Yes, indeed. Senryu and haiku in general can be all over the place as far as what the subject matter can be about. And there's a long tradition of poop and fart and pissing haiku and Senryu that go way back to the Japanese masters. And it's kind of a fun way to start off the new year, especially in the frigid, cold winter moments that we're experiencing here in the Midwest in the United States, as well as the East Coast and soon to be southern part of the country, with Texas getting anywhere from 3 to 11 inches potentially of snow by the end of the week. So we are in the depths of it. I think the wind chill tomorrow in St. Louis, or actually the temperature is going to get down into the negatives. Haven't felt that cold in a long time. So I've seen from my apartment windows, my loft windows, looking down over the frozen parking lots, a lot of people taking their dogs out and picking up that poop bag. And it's definitely the time of year when the warmth of that poop bag is actually something that is kind of nice and kind of pleasant. So let's take a look at this poem line by line. First off, it is following the fragment and phrase format. So with this juxtaposition of a fragment and a phrase together is what makes this poem click. The first line is the fragment, which is winter chill. And the phrase is the warmth of the poop bag. The warmth of the poop bag. Now, I know there are some people that would say right off the bat, because you're mentioning Akiga, winter chill, this could never be a Senryu because you have a seasonal reference in there. And I get that, but I think in most cases that is true when you're using a seasonal reference point. But I think what's important here is to look at the context of the whole poem. And is this something that is a human experience, or is this something that is a more natural experience? And this one, I think there's something very human about the fact that we have pets and we have to let them outside and we have to pick up their excrement, and we have to, specifically the poop, and we do that in bags. And that is not something that's found in nature. That is just part of human nature and part of our relationship that we have with animals. And it's just kind of a quirky thing that we do as humans. I know there was a comedian that made a joke a while back about, if aliens came down and looked at a dog and a human walking, they would likely think that the dog is the one in charge because the human is picking up the excrement. But this to me, obviously, it's a Senryu. It's picked up by Prune Juice, which is a Senryu-based journal, and the editors picked this to feature in their Senryu section. I agree with him. I think this is a Senryu that deals with the human nature of picking up after your pet, and this especially picking up after your pet in the cold weather. So how does this work? So the first line is winter chill. Winter chill. And now if I didn't know that this was in a book that doesn't segregate things out between haiku and senryu, I would very much be inclined to think, oh, wintertime, winter chill. I know what this is. And I especially know what this is being in January and it being very cold outside right now. Winter chill. I'm there. I'm with you. My senses are engaged. I have a whole history of being exposed to winter chill at my disposal. So I'm primed for line 2. And line 2 comes the warmth. The warmth. And, okay, again, I do not know if this is haiku or senryu, but this is a natural contrast between the winter chill and the warmth. Okay, get those things. I'm cold and I'm feeling the warmth. Again, okay, kind of mid-range, not necessarily good or bad so far as what this poem is going to be about. But it's line 3 that gives us our aha moment, lets us know this is a senryu, and really brings the whole thing together. In this case, the last line is of the poop bag. Of the poop bag. And now the whole thing clicks. We're able to see the entire scene, and we're able to put ourselves in this moment, be in the winter chill, and we're feeling the warmth of that poop bag. And some of you might be disgusted by this and gross, but I don't know. It's very funny for me and very timely. And if anybody has dog sat or owns a dog, I mean, you know what this is. This is all about. And it's a very timely, fun way to kick off the new year. So I do thank Mark for writing capturing this moment exquisitely, completely perfectly. I mean, there's not a better way to have this realization, to make this connection to the cold, the warmth of what you're holding in your hand. Very well done. Very well stacked to get almost like a joke. It builds to the punchline, and that punchline is the senryu of this piece, and very well done. Thanks, Prune Juice, for picking it out, and thank you for tuning in for another year of Haiku Talk. Looking forward to the many episodes to come. So let's cheers to that. Cheers to health, happiness, and a great new year. Peace, everybody.